So for this game, I am playing the map Kilimanjaro, and I'm playing as Goths. So a little bit about this map. You start off with this flat area near your town center. Um, Not much trees, but you have your stone and gold, smaller piles than normal. Um, each person has this, but then in the middle is a gradually increasing elevation and sporadic trees, occasionally some other resources as well. Um, you also start out with one less boar than normal, so it's a little different in that regard, and it can really screw up your early game build order if you're looking for that second boar. I think it makes you get to feudal age slower than normal. Also, since the wood is so far away, and this is even further away than normal on this map, you just have these small patches of trees. It makes it difficult to get what you need. So, because I'm playing Goths, I figure I will try the Goths early game aggression strategy that has become popular since the Goths got a little bit buffed in a recent patch. The way they got buffed was, first of all, you get loom from your town center immediately at the start of the game, so you don't have to pay for that, so that saves you some gold. Second, you get your militia line has, let's see here, even in Dark Age, your militia costs 20% less, and then each age beyond that, it's even less and less that your militia line costs. So I'm getting a barracks out nice and early, right after my mill. And from that, I will start producing militia right away, before I even consider going to feudal age. And the idea being that you overwhelm them really early on in the game so that they never get to the point of being able to develop their economy and beat you. So here come my militia. I'll slow it down. In fact, I can show you what he sees. So he's just now seeing these militia. So he realizes the drush is coming in. Meanwhile, usually what I do now is I'll try. I don't know if I do it. I guess we'll have to see. So I see that he's going back to the deer, so I send my militia back that way. Nice, I even saw a weak villager. Got him. So that's a wasted deer, and I'm killing this other deer so he can never take that food. He was advancing to feudal age during all of this, so although he's an age ahead of me now, he's sort of struggling at this point to respond. He is the Cumans, so he gets to build a second town center, which is beneficial against the Goths' aggression because that town center can help protect his villagers here. So right now he's relegated to getting the berries and straggler trees. He's going to try to build a blacksmith and barracks. Meanwhile, my economy is suffering, but I'm okay with it. I'm still trying. I still haven't even got enough food to go to feudal age yet. And where are my? There's the militia. So they've harassed them off the berries. So he can't get the deer. He can't get the berries. So I'm denying him food right now. and he has no source of food. Well, now he's going back to the berries, and I've left him alone for a minute. Let's go back. Yeah, so he's only got 100 food. He has probably had to stop creating villagers for a little bit. Now this is his only patch of trees, and since I'm over here, nothing better to do, I decide, yeah, just let him bang away at the lumber camp. As far as I am concerned, I am advancing to feudal age. Now I'm building a forward barracks and more houses, because as I build militia, it also takes up population space that the villagers, you know, normally you'd just be building enough houses for villagers at this point, but I've got to build houses for my military as well. Alright, so I head back over to this area. I see that he's got a mining camp on the gold. Okay. Good job there with the little quick walls. So I'm already researching man-at-arms as soon as I got into feudal age. I'm just sort of guarding this area to make sure he doesn't come back out here and harassing this area. So now he's taking these villagers off of gold to repair this wall, so at least I'm distracting them. He does have men-at-arms coming out now. And now I'm producing men-at-arms out of this forward barracks as well. Am I producing out of both? I am producing out of both. I don't have the upgrades yet, but I'm about to get the upgrades. Going to get the armor and then the attack upgrade for these men-at-arms so that they're even stronger. I really want to go for that men-at-arm, but I know I would be vulnerable to arrow fire. It's only got 1 HP. Get him, get him, get him. No. Okay. He's just teasing me at this point. Okay, now he's going to send the villagers and have a villager fight. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to get that villager, but now it's a really weak villager for me to come snipe later. I still have these men-at-arms, and I send them over this way. Oh, just passing. So I didn't quite see that in real time, unfortunately. So again, I'm harassing this gold. I see these villagers as well. So now I'm just going straight for the mining camp. So without a mining camp, you won't be able to drop off the gold. Ooh, good job with the quick walls. Now I've got men-at-arms just sort of all over his base, mainly in this area. These villagers aren't doing anything. This mining camp is actually getting pretty close to being killed. And this villager, hiding behind this lonely palisade wall, is about to die before he can get that barracks up. So, I did see these trees getting chopped, and I walked right by those villagers earlier, but unfortunately I didn't notice that they're there. Otherwise, those are pretty exposed, and I could definitely be killing them. Or at least harassing them. Killed a villager there. Now, I keep my men-at-arms on defensive stance, because I don't want them to walk too far and walk right into the town center. Now he's going to try to trap me in there. Now, see, they're since because they're on defensive stance, and I put them right here. They're not walking far enough to go grab these villagers. If they did, he'd just garrison the CC and shoot my men-at-arms down. All right, so I finally start sending some men-at-arms over into his trees. He's killing them with villagers, but notice he's sacrificing a lot of HP on some of these villagers, and certainly a lot of time that he would otherwise be spending gathering resources. So now that he built a tower, that's a fairly good counter to my men-at-arms running around, but I can always just send several of them and bang that tower down real quick. So now I'm just gathering some more men-at-arms so that they can come in this way. Meanwhile, we have a men-at-arms fight over here. He sent men-at-arms from this barracks all the way around to tackle these. But now that I've got the armor, so he does as well. Oh, okay. Didn't quite win that fight, but it's alright. It's alright. Alright, so he's building a lot of barracks. This is interesting because he's Cumans, which are typically known for their cavalry. Unfortunately, my men-at-arms aren't really doing anything. They're just sitting here until I remember and am confident enough to move out again. But the whole point of this strategy is to get him early when he cannot safely take his resources. So these men-at-arms actually, they just went out there on their own. Yeah, I don't think he gets that gate up. If he does, it comes right down. There it goes. So I might as well send these this way and then attack that tower. Because that's 8 and then 2 more from the barracks. So look how fast this tower goes down. I have a few of the men-at-arms set to just be near the tower. That way they defend against these villagers. And I'm about to hit Castle Age, and I can upgrade these to longswords. Alright, so no more tower, which means these villagers are fully exposed. And now, where is he going to grab wood? Over here? Yeah, that's the best he's got. Now I'm in Castle Age, so despite all of the investment I put into military at this point, I'm actually ahead of him technology-wise. Let's see, I haven't invested in the longswordsman upgrade yet, but I will soon. Alright, so he's playing with the same military that I am, but that's not a good move on his part, I don't think, because I can always outproduce him because mine are cheaper. And so long as we are equal in terms of, and look at that. Yeah, mine have, oh yeah, now they're longswordsmen, so that certainly helped in that fight. So now not only is he choosing another infantry unit to counter me, it's actually the lower upgraded one, so it's not long swords. So these men-at-arms, or I'm sorry, long swords, are actually getting hit by the tower, but I don't mind it too much. I'm certainly harassing these villagers, probably going to take a few of them out. Now I'll go in for the tower. I see these men-at-arms coming at me, but again, these are men-at-arms. The difference here is the 6+1 attack, so he's got the upgrade, but mine is 9+1. Now he's pulling me away from the tower, that way I take arrow fire, which is a good move on his part. But still though, these longswords are deadly to the men-at-arms. So he's still got 4 left over, so he can take his gold there, but now he's having to take wood over here. Meanwhile, my eco is not looking the best, but I am finally getting a second TC up. And I still have a lot of military all in his base. I actually took out these 3 barracks that he had, so that's a lot of wood he invested, 175 wood each, that he's not going to get back. So I came in here to deny this tower, but I'm going to get hit by the arrow fire from the TC, so that's not the best move. But I did get the second upgrade for the armor. So that will help against the tower, especially since it's pierce armor, so it's helping against these arrows. So I'm paying attention here, which is good. So every time he sends his men-at-arms back to try to grab these, I go ahead and give him a smack, make him go away. And then I don't get out of the minimum range of the tower. So he has finally reached Castle Age. Meanwhile, while he's distracted over here, some of my men-at-arms have dove right in under the TCs and are killing villagers. He's finally realized that. So, again, the whole benefit of this play is to put all the aggression on your enemy very early before he's able to deal with it, so he ends up panicking and just sort of doing anything he can, which in this case is men-at-arms. Yeah, so he's still producing men-at-arms, and I've got long swords. That's just not a good fight for him. He's trying to get some economy going, but he's not able to take gold here or here, and this is his only wood source. He's running out of space for farms. And because these are so cheap, I'm just streaming them into his base. Now I've even got some knights that I'm starting to build. Yeah, so I'm already starting to build some knights. So I figure he's going infantry. What counters infantry even better than better infantry? Knights. So now he could easily just switch into spears or pikemen, but alright, so what's the villager count? I have 57 villagers, he's got 37, so all this pressure is definitely getting to him economically. So he keeps having to build more barracks, but he's not really going to be able to produce out of these because he can't get gold, which he needs for the men-at-arms, and he's running out of space for food, so let's check his resources. Yeah, he doesn't even have enough food to create a single men-at-arms. And all his TCs are, well, that's not true. This one's not completely idled yet, but now this one, he did build another TC over here to protect them, but he hasn't noticed that I'm picking off villagers. So still got men-at-arms. These long swords are just taking a lot of damage from the TC, so that's not good. I move them away. I'm also going to build a siege workshop to begin to batter down his town centers, in addition to my long swords that are harassing all his villagers. He's down to 23 villagers now, so 22, so it's getting worse and worse. Normally at this stage with 3 town centers, he would be adding villagers much more quickly than I could possibly um, kill them, but because his economy is idled, he can't. I also built this castle here just for good measure. It also allows me to research the unique tech with the Goths, which allows their unique unit, the Huskarls, to be built out of my barracks. So now I come in with the battering rams and the knights, and he calls the GG. So, again, my eco is mainly a 1 TC. I did eventually get a second TC. So it's not the best. In fact, I'm not even noticing that these villagers on this gold started walking all the way over there for that gold. It was all focused on the aggression. Right from the start, still in Dark Age. So 83 to 36, that's actually a pretty good kill ratio for the Goths, because with the Goth spam, usually your kill ratio is not very good. It's all about spamming. So while he got to Feudal Age much faster, all the pressure I put on him meant that he didn't really get to Castle Age until the time where normal people would be on their way to Imp. And he was never able to get a villager lead.